Crash here says, what are your thoughts on the DSA wanting to abolish ICE, prisons, the Senate, and presidency, plus other thing I'm sure I missed? I have absolutely no problem with the idea of abolishing ICE, but these other tenets that the DSA has in their platform, like abolishing police, abolishing prisons, doing away with the Senate, no, I'm either not in favor of them or I understand that they are unrealistic. Abolishing the Senate, right? I think that the Senate should be reimagined, rethought. We should have an upper chamber that represents states, but I don't believe that the founding fathers could have foreseen the kind of population disparity that we see now, where California has 40 million people and Alaska has less than 1 million. Yet they each get 2 senators. Having said that, it doesn't matter if I want reform or if they want abolishment. It's never going to happen. That takes a constitutional amendment to happen. And in order to get a constitutional amendment to be ratified by the states, let's say Congress and the president went along with it, right? We're going to abolish the Senate. You would have to have a significant number of red states agree to ratify a constitutional amendment that would limit their powers in their representation in the federal government. Never going to happen. It's just an unrealistic tenet to have in your platform. And as far as abolishing the police and prison, no, I can't get behind that. And before anybody starts typing in the comment section, that's not what the DSA stands for. Yes, it is. This is from the DSA's website. The DSA's website is one page, and it gives their platform. And in this area right here, it talks about ending mass incarceration and police immunity, demilitarize police departments, dismember power police unions. I don't have a problem with going after police unions who protect bad cops. And redirect funding to public services as steps towards fully abolishing the police and prison system, which protects the rich and jails the poor. Treat drug addiction and mental illness as health issues. I agree with that wholeheartedly. End qualified immunity and empower civilian oversight bodies with real authority over police. I am 100% behind ending qualified immunity. Going back to a step toward fully abolishing the police and prison system, that doesn't work. If I'm having a conversation with somebody from the DSA and they say we need to end all police departments, then I would next say to them, so we're not going to have any laws. And they would then say to me, no, we're going to have laws. We're just not going to have police. And so then I would say to them, if we don't have any police, who's there to enforce the laws? And then that entire conversation falls apart. And if you can say, well, we're going to have police, we're just not going to have prisons, then my next question to you would be, then what happens to the person who commits murder? What happens to the person who commits arson? What happens to the person who commits rape, child trafficking? We don't do anything with them. So listen, when I look at what's on I am not a member of the Democratic Socialists of America. I'm not even a member of the Democratic Party. I just align with and vote Democratic consistently. I look at the DSA's platform and there are things that I'm like, absolutely, 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 fuck yeah. And then I look at things like these and I'm like, well, that, A, I can't get behind that, and B, that is literally impossible. It's never going to happen, like abolishing the Senate. So when you ask me what I think about those things, I don't care for those things. And I think it's things like that, which are on their website. And I understand not every member of the Democratic Party adheres to everything that's in the Democratic platform, and not every member of the Republican Party adheres to what's in the Republican platform, and not every member of the DSA is going to adhere to what's in the DSA platform. But when it's in your platform and you're running for a seat in a moderate state, I think that that's going to be a negative. I hope I'm wrong and Democrats win in some places where I don't think that they're going to, but moderate states, especially moderate swing states, you might want a more moderate candidate. More progressive areas, California, New York, places like that, you want DSA members because they're going to do fantastic there. But their platform, there's a lot there that's not realistic.